my loves, welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new here, welcome. It's your girl Danelis, back at it again, out here in nature chilling. So today, as you can see by the title, I want to talk to you guys about how to really stop oversharing, because I know this is easier said than done. It's so easy for me to tell you, girl, boy, stop oversharing, stop telling people your business, this, that, and the third. But we're gonna talk about it because this is something that it was a hard pill to swallow for me, because growing up, as I got older and older, I saw myself oversharing more and more, especially because I'm somebody that went through so much trauma. I found myself trauma dumping so much, and I left those conversations not feeling good. I left those conversations feeling drained, or feeling worse than I did before, or feeling like, why did I say so much, regretting what I said. And so this is for anybody out there that's in the same predicament as I was at some point. So for one, there are so many different reasons why we tend to overshare. For one, you may be oversharing because you have some unresolved trauma that you need to take care of. For instance, you may have grown up in an environment where maybe your parents didn't listen to you as well. Maybe you were never heard as a child. So growing up, as you start to meet different people, you have the opportunity to speak. And so now you're just rambling, you're saying everything, you're saying every single thing that you ever been through, just talking and talking, yapping it up. And this is because this is your moment where you feel like you don't know when you're going to have that opportunity to speak again. You don't know when someone's going to give you that opportunity where they're listening to you again, because it's not something that you're used to. So in that moment, you're oversharing, you're saying too much. And then when they leave, you're kind of just like, yo, what just happened, right? You're just like, what just happened? And this is okay, you know? This happens to all of us. There are other reasons why you might overshare. Another reason might be you may just not have good boundaries. You probably grew up in an environment, or you're probably just somebody that was never taught what boundaries were. You've never had a sense of privacy, having your own things, having your own space. And so you're just used to saying whatever you feel, whatever happens to you. But sometimes you got to realize that you got to really know who it is that you're talking to and what it is that you're saying to certain people, right? Because not everybody has the best interest in you. Sometimes people listen not because they care about you, but because it's entertainment for them, because it benefits them more than it benefits you. You know what I mean? You also probably feel like oversharing or saying this or saying certain things is going to develop a relationship quicker. But this is not you creating a genuine relationship with somebody. Creating a relationship doesn't mean that they have to know your most deepest, darkest secrets, or your trauma, or what you went through, or this or that. It doesn't have to mean any of that. Creating a relationship is for who you are right now, what you're doing now, like your interests that you have. You know, there's just certain things that you talk about and certain things that you don't talk about. And this can be hard for somebody that has anxiety, somebody that suffers from anxiety, because once you're in that momentum where you're oversharing, you just keep going and going and going, because your anxiety kicks in and you're just like, all right, we're on a roll, let's talk it up. And you start saying too much. And then when you're done, you feel drained. You know, it's just something that happens. It also happens to a lot of people that really genuinely feel lonely inside, right? Because they're looking to fill that empty void inside of them, that void in them that feels like they're lonely, that they're incapable of having friends, or incapable of somebody like genuinely caring and listening to them. So they find that oversharing is the way to do it. That's how they cope with it. But it's not, because you got to realize that not everybody in this world will have the best intentions for you. All right. And this is what I like to call monitoring spirits. All right. Monitoring spirits are real, believe it or not. There are people out there who do not have the best interest in you. They want you in their lives. They want to be around you. They act nice. They act like they care so much. But in reality, they want you in their lives because they want something to hold on to, so they can sabotage what you have going on. These people will constantly shade you, disrespect you, gaslight you, but they want you in their lives because that's their way of using you. That's their way of getting that information from you, your most vulnerable moments, your weaknesses, and they will use that against you when you do something that's not appealing to them, when you just make them upset, when they start to get jealous. They will use everything against you. Those relationships, those friendships, feeling betrayed, feeling disappointed, feeling like, why did this happen to me? But it's because you weren't careful. And it's not to say that it's necessarily your fault, because you might really genuinely be a good person, right? You might not expect people to do these kinds of things to you because you don't have those intentions, but you got to realize not everybody is you. Not everybody walks around this world with good intention. And that was a real hard pill to swallow for me, because I grew up as somebody who was so naive, so innocent to life, and I thought that everybody just had good intentions. I thought that when I told somebody something that it stayed with them. No, people love to play telephone. You're going to tell this person did something, and they're going to tell the next person. On top of that, if you've ever played telephone, you know that the message changes, the perception changes, and it just all gets scrambled up. And then you feel embarrassed, you feel weird about sharing certain things, and you feel like that person was weird. But, you know, if you learn to take precautions and be careful with what you say and what you do around people, then you won't find yourself in these situations. You got to realize that monitoring spirits are people who are miserable. All right, this doesn't have to look like a demon. This doesn't have to look like a scary monster. A monitoring spirit could be the most beautiful person that you know, right? This person may come across as confident. This person may come across as having everything they want. But inside, even subconsciously, they can be insecure. They can be jealous. They can be envious. They can have a bitter heart. You know what I'm saying? Because your external vessel means nothing. It's about internally. And like I said, not everybody has good intentions. Sometimes someone might look like they have it all, but there's one thing that they're lacking, and that one thing that they're lacking you have, and therefore this person is going to feel jealous about that. So you're sharing this information with them, and yeah, they seem supported, they seem like they're there, they seem happy for you, but inside they feel like, well, I can't have that. That's not fair. How come she can have it? And this is what starts to block your own blessings, right? And so this is why I think that when it's important, when you're working on a big thing, like you're working on saving for a car, maybe a big home, maybe you're renovating a home, maybe you're, maybe you're gonna get married, something like that. Big things. You need to try to keep it to yourself, right? Wait until you have what it is that you have before you go and share it, because there are people that will block your blessings. There are people that are watching you, that are in your life, not because they genuinely care about you, but they care about what you have so much because you probably have more than they have. This was really hard for me to understand growing up, because I really thought that people who were nice, people who looked like they had it all, people who were just so beautiful and looked confident, that they would be how I am. But unfortunately, it's not like that. And this isn't to say that it's your fault. This isn't to say that you should feel guilty about this or you should feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. Learn from the experience and learn how to connect with people in a different way, rather than just sharing everything that you have going on in your life. Whether it's sharing your past, whether it's sharing what you have going on now, whether it's sharing your goals, things that you have going on, things that you want for the future. Like, really think about the things that you're saying to people. Honestly, now what I do when I'm developing new friendships, new connection, when I'm meeting different people and we're having conversations, is I really think before I speak. I like to think, all right, is the information that I'm sharing going to benefit them, right? Like, let's say I'm getting my own place and I just met this person and I'm going to tell them, is it benefiting them? Are they helping me get in my apartment? Are they going to help me renovate it? Are they going to help me pay for it? Is it benefiting them? Or can I wait until I have it to then go ahead and share what it is that I have going on? Because when you could really think about it and you realize it doesn't benefit them, right? You can keep it to yourself and no one's blocking your blessings, right? Because then if you start sharing and this person's jealous because they wanted this home or they've always wanted to do this, they're going to talk about you, because that's what people do. Another thing that I do is I determine what it is that I hope to achieve while having this conversation with this person, while talking to this person. Like, what am I looking to achieve? Am I looking for validation? Am I looking to just have somebody to talk to? Am I looking for comfort? Am I looking for support? And am I going to genuinely get that support, right? Am I genuinely going to get that from this person? Like, is this person in a good place for me to tell them this right now? Is this person able to take this information and actually be there for me and help me in any way? Really consider the consequences of sharing your information with other people, and really observe other people, observe their body language, observe how they communicate with others, right? If you know that this person that you just met tends to gossip, tends to belittle people, tends to talk about what other people have going on, then what makes you feel like you sharing with them is going to stay with them? What makes you think that they're going to hesitate and not share your information if they're willing to share other people's information and talk about other people to the public, you know? And I feel like that's the mistake that I made. I felt like, okay, yeah, this person does gossip about people, but I'm so loyal, so they won't do it to me. But they will do it to you, honey. They will. And this is when you end up in situations where you feel stupid at the end, or you feel like, what did I do to deserve this? Or, you know, whatever, but you didn't do anything to deserve it. These people are just like that. They're miserable. People are not in the right headspace to hear what it is that you have going on, or to hear what it is that you have to say. If you want to talk to somebody, write in a journal. If you want to talk to somebody, talk to a freaking tree before you talk to anybody, before you can just sit there and trust anybody. Especially if you're somebody that is constantly going through betrayal, especially if you're somebody that's constantly in situations where people talk about you behind your back, people have shared your information, or you know that you overshare, right? Take your time for yourself. Practice your communication skills. Practice what it is that you want to share, what it is that you don't want to share before you go somewhere. These are things that are going to help you strengthen your communication skills, and are going to help you and prevent you from getting in situations where you end up being betrayed, because their monitoring spirits are real. Another thing is, it's not just what you say, but it's the things that you're posting on social media, right? I personally don't like to post everything that I do, that I have going on my social media, because there are people out there that follow you. They don't even like you. They're following you because of what you have, not because of you, not because they genuinely like you. You know what I'm saying? And so there are people behind those screens that look at your stories, that look at your posts, and they're judging you, or they're feeling insecure, or they're comparing themselves to you. And all of that, honey, is negative energy, and we don't want that in our lives. We don't want negative energy coming towards us. And okay, you could protect yourself, you can say affirmations, you could say prayers, but sometimes people's energies can be a lot stronger than the positive energy that you put out there, right? So be careful of the things that you are posting. Be careful of the things that you're putting out there, because you never know what people are thinking, what people are saying, people's intentions of even watching your story. You may think they're watching your story because they want to see your latest vacation, or they want to see what you have going on, but it's really to talk shit. And why do you want to put that out there, right? And I know there's some people that are like, oh, I purposely put things out there. Why do you want that for yourself? Why do you want to draw that kind of attention into your life? Why do you want to attract that kind of negativity into your life, right? Avoid that negativity and your achievements and your goals, and you're going to start to see things manifest for you easily and effortlessly, versus putting yourself out there and inviting certain entities, inviting certain people into your reality to judge and criticize and block you from your blessings. Because I'm telling you, once I started to do things for myself, once I stopped oversharing, once I started distancing myself from people, that's when I started to see so much improvements within myself, within my personality, within the things that I've attracted into my life, materialistically, financially. I started to see changes because I stopped oversharing, because I stopped putting myself out there, because I stopped bragging about the newest things that I have going on, the newest vacations. No one needs to know where you're at, what you're doing. And I promise you, you may not fully understand it now, but when you make the changes, you're gonna see such a big difference in your life, okay? That's why I'm making this video for you guys, because I'm here to tell you the things that I wish somebody would have told me growing up, all right? So thank you so much for watching my video. I love you. I hope that this video has gotten out to anybody out there who needs to hear this, because there is somebody out there that needs to hear this. And I want you to know that I love you. It's not your fault. You're not a victim. Keep on practicing. Know that everything happens for you, not to you. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.